going into a new week here for us. Another SEC opportunity at home on Saturday night.
Well, we're a little more than 24 hours away from the Kentucky-South Carolina rivalry under the lights at Williams-Brice Stadium. Welcome into Carolina Kickoff presented by Rushes. I'm your host, Hanna Barton. This is former Gamecock linebacker Debo Williams. Debo, South Carolina back at home this weekend with another SEC matchup.
Back at home, another sold-out field is nothing like it.
And Gamecocks coming off that tough loss at Mizzou. Debo, what are some thoughts on last week's game?
Obviously, the biggest thing is defense, O-line. Well, Norris, I'm going to get on you too a little bit, bro, but we're going to improve for sure.
Well, here's what Coach Beamer had to say after that loss. We're going to wait and see if we're going to hear. Oh, there he is.
When you get outrushed 285 to -9, you're not going to win. When you are in the red zone like we were and went backwards, it's going to be hard to win. When you have, once again, 14 penalties, it's going to be hard to win.
Offensively, we just got to execute better. That's just what it comes down to. We got to pass the ball, we got to throw the ball, catch the ball, run the ball. Just do all the things that you need to do to move the ball. It takes all 11 of us.
It's a challenge, but that's what we get paid to do. You got to be able to. We got to look at everything, schematically, personnel, everything that we're doing. I mean, we've unfortunately we've been here before, and we're 2-2. We're a third of the way through the regular season. We're not where we need to be right now. We're coming back home on Saturday night for another SEC game. We need to get better this week, and that's all you can do.
That's from last Saturday night. Gamecocks allow over 450 total yards and gain less than 300. The stat that's really hard to look at, -9 rushing yards and just 3 for 11 on third downs. The penalties didn't help either. 14 penalties, tied for the most Gamecock penalties since 2006. Lenore Sellers did pass for over 300 and a pair of touchdowns, though. Debo, as you take a look at those stats, what are some things that stand out to you?
Based off those stats, we should have got blown out. And the fact that we didn't shows what we can be once we put it all together. All those penalties, discipline, I know Coach Beamer is going to harp that in practice. I know they're going to improve on that. O-line, do what you got to do, man. We got to improve. Defense, got to tackle better. And Lenoris, the whole city is behind you. The whole state is behind you. You got to take over and be Le Superman. You know what it is.
And I know there's been some conversation around the offensive line. What are your thoughts as someone that has been in a room with that program?
Yes, so they're going to continue to improve. I watched them season after season get better every single season. I wish we start better, but I know they're going to continue to improve. Coach Beamer, Coach Teasley, I know they're going to do their thing in that O-line room and continue to get better. I have nothing but faith in them. Norris, like I said, go in Superman mode. If you have to throw it away sometimes, throw it away. But do what you do. You can't teach what you have, bro, so I'm not going to sit here and harp on that. Be the best QB1 in the league. In the SEC, do what you do.
And how much are some of the struggles we're seeing right now, just South Carolina trying to find some new leaders and find their rhythm early on in the season?
Definitely. This is a young team, and we had a lot of seniors leave, including myself last year. And so I know they're going to continue to improve. I know more leaders are going to come. Fred, I'm calling on you as my fellow linebacker. Time to take over, man. Do what you do. Be that all-SEC linebacker that I know you can be. And there's some guys in that DB room that I know y'all are already leaders, DQ. Keep doing what y'all doing. Bring the defense along. 450 yards is unacceptable. And I know. I'm not about to harp on it. I know y'all already beating a dead horse. Come to play tomorrow.
Well, coming up on Carolina Kickoff presented by Rushes, the Gamecocks look ahead to tomorrow night's kickoff against Kentucky. Plus, we sit down with this week's South Carolina Education Lottery student athlete. You're watching Carolina Kickoff presented by Rushes.
Introducing this year's Carolina Jackpot $5 scratch-off ticket, featuring a chance to win up to $200,000. You can even enter your tickets into the Second Chance promotion. Step on the court for a chance to win $50, $75, or $100,000. This Palmetto series lets show who really runs this state.
If you're a Gamecock fan and a business owner, this is for you. What if every time a customer swiped their card at your business, instead of those processing fees vanishing to some giant corporation's pocket, part of that money went right back to fuel NIL for the Gamecocks? And what if, on top of that, Gamecock athletes like me help promote your business, making you the local favorite? I'm Oscar Galloway III, running back for the South Carolina Gamecocks, and I'm excited to share our brand new partnership with Run Payments. We call it Run with the Garnet Trust. Here's how simple it is. 1, your customers pay you. Nothing changes there. 2, Run payments processes the transaction. 3, instead of wasting those fees, a portion goes straight into NIL opportunities for Gamecock athletes. 4, and the best part, we turn around and promote your business into the entire Gamecock community. That means new customers, more visibility, and real hometown impact. Think about it. You're just redirecting money that was already leaving your pocket. Now it comes back home to support your Gamecocks, and in return, you get exposure from some of the most recognizable faces on campus. Plus, you can even save money on your processing fees. Supporting college athletes has never been this easy or this rewarding. From day one, you'll have a personal representative walking you through setup, equipment, and support. So if you run a restaurant, salon, retail shop, or any business that takes card payments, let's talk. Let's run with the Garnet Trust.
Gamecock Nation, the new era of college sports is here. We are 1801 Media, producing exclusive one-on-one Gamecocks content, telling the real stories of everyone who makes South Carolina athletics so great. Player-led shows with weekly guests featuring teammates, coaches, and everyone who makes up USC athletics. This doesn't even begin to scratch the surface of our content, and it's only happening here at 1801 Media. Welcome to the future Gamecock Nation. Let's get to work. Spurs up.
Teams proves it. Take a look at these scores from the last few years. 2 seasons ago, the Gamecocks narrowly escaping with a 3-point win over the Cats. In 2021, it was Kentucky with a 6-point win over Carolina. And in 2019, a big win for the Gamecocks, 24-7 against an injury-riddled Kentucky team. In 2017, the Wildcats went back to Lexington with a 10-point win. And between 2013 and 2015, just 11 points separated those two programs. Here's more from Beamer on that matchup.
Have and always have had a lot of respect for Coach Stoops and what he's done at the University of Kentucky. Winning is hard. There's no question about it. And the level of success that he's had since he took over in Lexington is just so impressive. Model of consistency year in, year out. They're a team that they have their systems. It doesn't change, and you have to go beat them. They're extremely well coached. They got really good players. I know last season did not go the way they wanted record-wise, but you can see that they corrected whatever issues they had from last season. They've got a really impressive group right now, offense, defense, and special teams.
Debo, what are some things about this Kentucky team that stand out to you?
One, they always going to pound that ball, for sure. That's what they do best. They coming downhill, and I think they have a great coach. He's been there for a while, and to be at a school for a while as a head coach in the SEC, that means you got to be doing something right.
And as someone who's played in this rivalry, why do you think this game is normally really close between the two teams?
One, he came with my head coach my first year there. Talking about, I don't even remember what he said, but it's been bad blood since then, and I believe Garnet forever. So you coming at our coach, that means you coming at us. So it started there.
And we're going to talk about that a little bit more later in the show. But when it comes to South Carolina taking on this Kentucky team, what do you think is going to be really important for the Gamecocks to do to come away with a win?
One, start fast, and then steadily build on that. Improve from the things that was going wrong last week. We have to get better at that and continue to play our ball, do what we do best, and don't play to their level. Be Gamecocks.
Is there one thing in particular that you think is going to be kind of the defining factor in this game? Offense, defense, special teams, or maybe something specifically with one of those sides of the ball?
I'll say this. When Norris, it's time to go to Superman. You're in the second quarter of the season. It's the 5th game of the season. It's time to take over, bro. Show the world who QB1 is.
Do you have any predictions on Lenoir's performance for tomorrow, or what you'd like to see from him stats-wise?
Yeah, so he put up 300, 2 tutties. I would like 350, 4 tutties.
All right, we'll see if he has that in. But coming up on Carolina Kickoff, presented by Rushes, we sit down with one member of the Gamecock defense that had a great night in Columbia, Missouri last week. You're watching Carolina Kickoff, presented by Rushes.
Hey everybody, whether you're tired from tailgating or scoring touchdowns, there's nothing more important than a good night's sleep. It's time to upgrade your sleep at May River Mattress Company, the Low Country's mattress experts. At May River Mattress, not only will you find the top national brands, but you'll have an expert to help guide you through the process in finding that perfect night's sleep. Not to mention with their low price guarantee, you'll sleep well knowing you're getting the best value in the game. So why settle for anything less than the championship level sleep? Visit mayrivermattress.com or stop by their local Bluffton showroom today. May River Mattress Company, where the Low Country goes to sleep.
At the time that I applied for this job, you had to have a college degree. Financially, I really wasn't sure what college was going to look like. And when I got a life scholarship, it was such a relief. The fact that somebody going to buy a lottery ticket helped me go to college. You know, everything you do has an impact, and it's incredible.
Safer waterways means a better South Carolina, and a better South Carolina means a better you.
Welcome back to Carolina Kickoff, presented by Rushes. Earlier this week, I had the chance to sit down with a Gamecock that has been a bright spot on the Carolina defense and came up big with a pick last week against the Missouri Tigers. Here's my sit down with Gamecock defensive back Gerald Kilgore.
G-Kill.
Thank you for sitting down, joining with me. I think the first thing, obviously, we have to touch on is the Mizzou game. First career interception. Just kind of take me through some of the emotions after that moment.
That was real big for me. Like I said, all glory to God. That was something I've definitely been praying for, the opportunity to be able to, just display my skills on a much higher level. Like I said, I've been grinding for that moment, just praying for that moment heavily, and my parents and everybody. It was an amazing moment. Something that I could never take for granted, or just to be there in that specific moment when we needed a play. Just how everything happened, just knowing that I'm athletic enough and able to be able to make that type of play. It was a little bit different just because we were away, so I didn't really hear nobody like cheering. But besides that, it was amazing. It was amazing.
And obviously, one of the first people you get to celebrate with is your brother. What is it like to share those kind of moments with him?
It's amazing. Just because we've been sharing those type of moments our entire lives, and like just watching him last year and just even growing up, like just how much he's grown and how many times I've been there for him and everything, and just to know that he was there for me in that moment, us being on the field at the same time for that moment, me being able to do that with him on the field. Like it just gets me emotional all the time. Like, and that night was just crazy to think about, even though we didn't, come out with the win and everything. It was really exciting for me and my family. So
I want to go back to your journey to South Carolina. What was that decision like? What was coming to Carolina like? And obviously, how much did having your brother with you through that process kind of play into where you are now?
It was really interesting, honestly. I've told this story a couple of times, but just let my journey was a little really tough coming through college, and even before college, just in high school and everything. I had a lot to battle through, and still have had a lot to battle through, but just overcoming a lot of things that a lot of people would have never thought that myself, or a lot of guys have had that rough story, but they've come up on top. And that's my main goal, is just to keep going and just come up and eventually be on top and reach my goals of making it to the NFL one day. But that journey was very, very interesting. Like I said, I had got into the portal, and I had got couple offers from different few schools. South Carolina offered me, but I wasn't so sure that I was going to come to South Carolina. Everyone thought that I was just because Jalen was already here. But that decision was really, based off of me and how I was feeling, what was the best decision for me. And that was the main thing with my parents as well, like just making sure I chose the best thing for me. And I prayed about it, really, really prayed about it hard. And I got that answer from God that South Carolina was the best decision for me. And I'm just hoping that I can, end off my career here really good. So.
And you talked about your journey in college and in high school. In high school, you were a quarterback. So how has having that experience leading an offense really played into what you've been able to do on the defensive side of the ball?
I say the big thing is just the communication part. As a quarterback, that's the main thing you have to do is communicate. You have to know everyone's job. You have to know what you're doing, what the next man next to you is doing, what the O-line is doing, what the wide receivers are doing. And you have to know that thoroughly and to be able to make checks and things like that. And playing safety is almost no different. And it makes it even better for me. And I know a lot of previous QBs can say the same, is reading coverage or reading the QB from the other side of the field, kind of having an idea of what a QB may do, where a QB may go. And even on that play that I made, that kind of is what ran through my mind, because it's like, okay, I'm in coverage, I'm, doing my job, but it's like, okay, there's only so many things that a QB can do in this situation with this formation or with this play. So just reading my keys and being able to do that, knowing that I did play quarterback, like I said, it definitely helps. It helps me be able to be more versatile on the field when I'm looking at things, even off the field. I can be able to, when I'm getting ready to go in the game, just be able to look at, okay, what is he doing on a consistent basis? So when I get in, I can know exactly what to look for. So that definitely helps. It's been amazing.
So versatility, athleticism, I'm sure also having a competitive edge has helped with the success that you've been able to have. I'm interested to hear, what is the competition like between you and your brother every day, and just growing up, and how has that really helped your game develop?
That all goes to my dad. Honestly, that whole all of that praise goes to my dad. That was his biggest thing, just us competing against each other, and as well as my older brother, James Jr., JJ, that's what we call him, his nickname. But just all of us just competing against each other. And my dad made sure of that, because all of us were 3 different ages, JJ being the oldest, me being the middle, Jalen being the youngest. So it's like, just working out, like, okay, just because you're the youngest or just because you're younger doesn't mean that you don't go push to be the best. Doesn't mean that you don't push to beat him in that. You push not to get beaten by him. So it's like, and that was his biggest thing, just us growing up. So, but me and Jalen, we've been at it, like, just good, bad, all of those things. But it's like, we know that we've only made each other better. And since I've been here, him already being able to be on this level and play defense heavily, and me kind of being new to defense coming here, that really helped me, because he was able to teach me a lot of things. He was able to, like, rather than being vice versa, like, beforehand, I felt that I was teaching him a lot of things, when we was younger and all that. But now it was his chance to kind of take that from me and somewhat be the older brother in that aspect. Like, show me the ropes, show me how to do things, show me how to move, show me what to read, show me what to look at, show me the plays. So he's helped me a lot, tremendously. And like I said, that all just tends to, just the other night, like, all the things that I've been taught from my coaches and as well as Jalen, it shows up at the right time. And like I said, all praise to God for that.
As you continue to learn more about and develop in the defensive world, since you are new to it, in relation to the other guys that you're playing against at this level, what are some goals that you have for yourself this season and just the rest of your career as a Gamecock?
Just continuing to learn more. Like I said, I've learned a lot since I've been here, and just in general, we have one of the, I think, the best DB coach in the country, Torian Gray. Like I said, he's a tough guy, but he has a lot of experience. He coaches us like no other. You would be amazed at how he coaches us on a daily basis. As in, we're here for a reason, and he lets us know that he didn't choose us or offer us or anything like that to just come here. He knew that we could play on this level, so that's how he coaches us. He doesn't take anything off. If you're a freshman, after your first game that you play, you're not a freshman anymore. If you're a transfer, you were new to SEC ball, but it's no excuse at this point, because that's just how hard he coaches us, and how I've learned that, and how that's just made me want to be better every day. That's made me to want to do the extra, look at the extra film, grind even harder, so I can be ready for those moments. And like I said, I'm not perfect. I everybody makes mistakes. I even made some mistakes on Saturday, but like I said, things happen, and I've put myself in a position where I can continue to keep trying to be consistent and getting better. And I feel that I've done that, and that in my eyes, I only look at it, it's only up from here. So, yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Definitely. Thank you.
To Gerald Kilgore for sitting down with us. As you can see, this unit's been really strong at taking the ball away. 4 interceptions through 4 games, and that's tied for 3rd in the SEC. Only LSU and Mississippi State have more interceptions than Carolina this year. Debo, what have been some things that have been really working for this defense so far?
Definitely. So we always work on get the ball. We do plenty of drills just like that. Obviously, we have to be better with allowing the yards. I know we've done a pretty good job with keeping the points down, but 450 yards last week, just too much. And I'm not going deep. I'm not going to beat the horse, obviously, but I need us to shut this run down. It starts with the run. When we play Kentucky, you know they want to run the ball. You know they're going to rock back with the tight end. Shut the run down. D-line, clog the holes up. Don't let the O-line climb to the linebackers. Linebackers, shoot these gaps. Do not hesitate. Y'all know what to do. DBs, be aggressive, but not too aggressive, because they will bomb it. They will play action and act like they about to run the ball. So y'all know what to do. Come down, and the first person that hits them, whoever has the ball, don't let go. You feel me? Like, I'm keeping it simple. I could get very technological with this, but I'm keeping it simple for the viewers. He should never break the first tackle. That happened way too much last week. As far as too many people want to tackle and we're not getting them down the first time. Gang tackles, get them down. Simple.
Keeping it simple.
Keeping it simple.
Well, coming up on Carolina Kickoff, presented by Rushes. What makes this Kentucky-Carolina rivalry so fun to play in? We'll get Debo's take right after this. You're watching Carolina Kickoff, sponsored by Rushes.
My name is Adam Gorlitsky, founder and executive director of I Got Legs. We help paralyzed athletes get access to exoskeletons that allows them to stand up and walk again. The South Carolina Education Lottery allowed me to get an education and then use it as a springboard in really launching my organization. It all kind of connects back to making life a little bit easier for people.
More accessibility means a better South Carolina, and a better South Carolina means a better you.
Gamecock Nation, the new era of college sports is here. Will you be ready? We'll make sure you are. Allow us to introduce ourselves. We are 1801 Media, and this is the frontier of athlete-driven media. Producing exclusive one-of-one Gamecocks content, telling the real stories of everyone who makes South Carolina athletics so great. Times have never been more exciting in Columbia. From Dawn's Dynasty to Beamer Ball, we'll be bringing you to the forefront of it all. Player-led shows with weekly guests featuring teammates, coaches, and everyone who makes up USC athletics. And that doesn't even begin to scratch the surface of our content. Even mini social series hosted by your favorite Gamecock legends. All of this coming to you live to give you a real look quality, distributed everywhere, only here on 1801 Media. Not to mention the in-person events and activations we have planned all year long to bring the action beyond your screen. And it's only happening here at 1801 Media. Welcome to the future, Gamecock Nation. Let's get to work. Spurs up.
This is more than just a game. It's tradition, legacy. It's a battle for pride. I'm Hanna Barton, and this is where your Gamecock weekend begins. We've got the expert analysis, the sideline intel, and the keys to victory you won't find anywhere else. And we're going to have some fun while giving you the inside scoop on everything you need to know. Before the whistle, before the first kickoff, it all starts right here. Join us for Carolina Kickoff every Friday afternoon before home games, streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and X. Well, Debo and I are rocking our new Lenoris Sellers sunglasses.
Yeah.
If you're interested in getting a pair, you can find them at garnettrust.com. And sunglasses are a point of contention in this South Carolina-Kentucky rivalry. Many Gamecock fans are familiar with the back and forth between Stoops and Beamer that started with Stoops' comment on a video Coach Beamer made before SEC Media Days a couple of years ago, with some sunglasses on, of course. If you need a little refresher, let's take a look.
You know, I've talked years ago about climate versus culture. You know, it's easy to change a climate. You know, you just change a uniform, talk a little game, dance around, put on some stupid sunglasses, and you could change a climate. But to change a culture is at the core.
Right.
And I'm quite certain we changed our culture. You know, just who we are and how we're perceived. And you look around it with the greatest coaches, you know, some of the greatest coaches amongst others in other leagues, but some of the greatest coaches, and that respect that you get, and the respect that our players carry with them.
You were part of the program when this all kind of went down. What do you remember about the video and then Coach Stoops' comments?
Yeah, so from my tenure at South Carolina, I remember that we changed the climate and changed the culture, and we went 3-1 while I was there. So change that L that y'all was taking. Y'all gonna take one tomorrow too as well. So go Gamecocks for sure.
And kind of what does the heated rivalry look like between these two teams as someone that's been in the locker room? Is it something you guys talk about a lot leading up to this game? Do you guys watch the video leading up to the game to kind of remind you of this little back and forth?
I would say probably, yeah. From what I remember, we definitely did. I don't know what they're going to do this year, but I know it's definitely going to be some animosity there for sure.
And of course, last year, the Gamecocks blew out Kentucky. As you remember, you were there at Kentucky.
Yep.
Do you think that this lessens the rivalry a little bit because South Carolina's kind of showed dominance, as you mentioned, having that winning record when you were there? Or do you think it's kind of just as heated as it has been in recent years?
I feel like once a rivalry starts in the SEC, it doesn't stop because they can easily bull right back up. We had a great game last year. They're going to be coming back for vengeance this year. So it doesn't change anything because they're going to be trying to blow us out. So y'all know what to do, Gamecocks. Hey, B2A. I'm not going to say the full word, but B2A. All right.
Well, we have Kentucky tomorrow, and that'll be one of Carolina's 3 future opponents, according to the SEC. For the next 4 seasons, the Gamecocks will face the Wildcats, the Florida Gators, and the Georgia Bulldogs at least once from 2026 to 2029. Debo, what are your thoughts on the Georgia and Florida matchups coming back each and every year?
I don't even think we played Georgia last year. I missed them. Yeah, so I'm glad they're bringing that back. I love having that game every year. Love having Florida every year. We still got to get our lick back on Florida. So I like those 2 matchups.
And obviously, Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, all pretty easy travel for Gamecock fans. Do you think when South Carolina does go on the road for those games that Gamecock Nation will travel?
It's going to be big time, man. Just like the SEC, it just means more. So I know the Gamecock fans are going to be there. You'll catch me there too as well.
Oh, well, hopefully we'll all be there. But coming up on Carolina Kickoff, presented by Rushes, we introduce you to one South Carolina student athlete being honored and supported by the South Carolina Education Lottery. Stick around and we'll be right back.
My name is Adam Gorlitsky, the founder and executive director of I Got Legs. We help paralyzed athletes get access to exoskeletons that allows them to stand up and walk again. The South Carolina Education Lottery allowed me to get an education and then use it as a springboard in really launching my organization. It all kind of connects back to making life a little bit easier for people.
More accessibility means a better South Carolina, and a better South Carolina means a better you.
Gamecock Nation, the new era of college sports is here. Will you be ready? We'll make sure you are. Allow us to introduce ourselves. We are 1801 Media, and this is the frontier of athlete-driven media. Producing exclusive one-of-one Gamecocks content, telling the real stories of everyone who makes South Carolina athletics so great. Times have never been more exciting in Columbia. From Don's Dynasty to Beamer Ball, we'll be bringing you to the forefront of it all. Player-led shows with weekly guests featuring teammates, coaches, and everyone who makes up USC athletics. And that doesn't even begin to scratch the surface of our content. Even mini social series hosted by your favorite Gamecock legends. All of this coming to you live to give you a real look at Carolina. High quality, distributed everywhere, only here on 1801 Media. Not to mention the in-person events and activations we have planned all year long to bring the action beyond your screen. And it's only happening here at 1801 Media. Welcome to the future, Gamecock Nation. Let's get to work. Spurs up.
This is more than just a game. It's tradition, legacy. It's a battle for pride. I'm Hanna Barton, and this is where your Gamecock weekend begins. We've got the expert analysis, the sideline intel, and the keys to victory you won't find anywhere else. And we're going to have some fun while giving you the inside scoop on everything you need to know. Before the whistle, before the first kickoff, it all starts right here. Join us for Carolina Kickoff every Friday afternoon before home games, streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and X. Welcome back to Carolina Kickoff, presented by Rushes. Each week on the show, we'll introduce you to a Gamecock athlete that's earned the support of the South Carolina Education Lottery through one of their education scholarships. This week, we sit down with Gamecock football's Jamie Risher. All right, Jamie, thank you for sitting down with me. You have had a really cool journey here at South Carolina. So I'd like to go back to your freshman year. You were a student here, had the opportunity to try out. Kind of take me through that decision.
During high school, I wasn't really heavily recruited, so I didn't have any D1 offers. So I was still working, still trying to find my way to get that D1 offer. But I just got D2s, JUCO. And then one day, Pete Limbo, he was the former special teams coordinator here. He came to my school and talked to me, and he was like, "Yeah, we don't have any offers available, but I want you to come on, walk on for us, give it a shot." So that's really what fueled me to come here and try to walk on here, because I felt like I was able to play for a D1 school. So that's why I'm here.
And what was that process like from, your first day in the building to kind of being a part of this team?
It was all a shock, because just going from high school to this, it was all these facilities, the food, the people. It was a great experience, and I was, like I said, shell shocked and just blessed to be there. So it was a great experience.
And obviously part of that piece was just being able to be at school here.
Yeah.
What kind of an opportunity did the South Carolina State Lottery scholarship provide you in terms of having access to this school and therefore the football program?
So being a walk-on, I don't really have the financial stability as the same as a scholarship player. So this scholarship really helps me with my academics, like paying for school. When a balance comes up, it always shows up at the right time. So it's a great asset to have.
And you grew up a Gamecock fan.
Yep.
Your grandpa went to school here. So what has it been like getting to live that journey of being a part of South Carolina football? It's
been great, man. Just to have my family be able to watch me in the stands, that the school that my grandfather came to. So just in that experience, it's been a great feeling.
What has being a part of a college football program at this level taught you, and what kind of opportunities has it brought you?
Going on this journey, it was really rough. Being a walk-on, you gotta learn to face adversity a lot, dealing with financial stability and just trying to pay for housing or food. So this just taught me to stay humble, stay motivated, so that I can get to that next level.
And what are kind of some goals you have for yourself? I know you're going to be coming back next season, but what do you see for yourself this season with Carolina football, and then the rest of your time here?
So I see myself next year trying to find a better role on defense at linebacker, while also playing a significant role on the special teams as well. I do a little bit now this year, but I want to take that next step and provide for my team.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, we want to thank the South Carolina Education Lottery for helping so many South Carolina athletes and students receive the support they deserve. That'll do it for us, but we want to thank our amazing guests, the Garnet Trust, the University of South Carolina, and our tremendous sponsors, Rushes and the South Carolina Education Lottery, for making this all possible. I'm Hanna Barton. This is Debo Williams, and we'll see you for our next show on September 26th next week when the Gamecocks host Oklahoma. We'll see y'all next week.
Yes, sir.